G'day folks, welcome to Big V TV. Great to have you with us. Our official pre-silly season post-season wrap.
With the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, hey, well, can I just
Nice.
put out there to you three, so I'm not going to speak for myself, well done this season.
And you.
Lots of shows.
Part of it.
And lots and lots and lots of shows. I don't think people they all watch their own show.
It's a lot of shows.
But I reckon, I don't know, we'll be over the 150 this season.
No doubt.
So, and also, very special cheerio to all of those people that contact us during the year.
Yeah.
You know who you are. Some of our favourites include Pete from Mornington, Windy Wendy,
Sammy Smythe.
Tracy
Tracy
Wright. You know, great stuff. Oh, Sammy Macca from
McDonald, yep.
From Wodonga.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Macca. Any others you want to send a cheerio out to while you got the chance?
Some of the coaches around the league.
Yeah, they love
IC coaches.
It's very, very
Couple
good.
players too.
Rob Roberts. Is that his real name? Well,
Yeah.
Rob Roberts?
Yeah, it's not a joke.
You keep telling me.
It's real.
Is it real name? Okay. So to all of our regular viewers, we appreciate it.
All 5 of you, thank you for tuning in
very
each
much.
week.
What are we doing?
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to go through each division. There's 11 divisions. We're going to be quick. All right. So just really quick.
Get started.
Slice and dice.
Good, it's cold.
We're going to go through every division and just some of our highlights, maybe lowlights of the season. We know grand finals and that are on at the moment. So, well, maybe there's no lowlights. That's okay. So let's start with.
Yeah,
Is it?
champ man.
Well, should we start from the top or the bottom?
We'll start on the bottom.
Okay, I'll start from the bottom.
The bottom.
All right. So Youth League 2 men.
What do you guys got?
Highlights. What do you got? Everyone looks to
Everyone looks to me.
You're the youth.
Does know a youth 2 men?
I've got a few.
Yeah, go.
Keezy winning
Yeah,
the
that
first
was
title
mine.
of the club.
For the club.
Yeah, the whole.
No, not them just winning, obviously,
No,
but
for the whole club.
club.
Yeah, that was mine
First
as well.
time.
And then Smethurst saying, up yours, boys, I'm coaching the women's team next season.
See you later.
That's the low line.
One up there.
Oh, that's spot on. I reckon that's a good one, yeah?
Casey, from being probably bottom tier club last year to making the finals
Yeah.
and actually
Yeah, it's
Good sign.
That's a good one.
being top of the ladder for most of the season.
Yep.
And probably Crybabe proving they can win games without Chris Arthur.
Yeah,
and
good
they won
one.
like 4 in a row
Yeah.
one stage.
Nice
Nice
job.
job. Up yours, Chris.
That's right.
I don't need you anymore, mate. See you later. Did you have a highlight? I've got a
I
highlight.
had keys, bro. Yeah.
My big highlight for Youth League 2 men, just the passionate crowd.
Yeah, you're right.
Like we talk about all of our divisions. Youth League 2 men is one of the biggest
Chelsea,
followed.
Karai, Coburg,
I just know, yeah, Warren gets massive
I
crowds.
went out to the Warrandyte Keysy youth game earlier on in the season that I went to out at Warrandyte. The stands were full and the passion from both lots
Yeah.
of supporters was incredible.
Yeah.
And you know what? People often say, oh, it's only Youth 2 men. The standard for me,
yeah,
I reckon
really good.
the standard of Youth 2 men has risen
Some great
dramatically.
players, yeah.
Last one for Youth League 2 men. And I'd like to see it brought in before all games in the Big V from this day forward. Because we have the national anthem.
Yeah.
But I think Keysborough proved that the haka,
Yeah.
if you've got a New Zealander in your team,
Doesn't
you've got a
matter if you
Kiwi
don't.
or a couple of fans.
That was amazing.
It was
Yeah,
great,
that's-
wasn't it?
That's gotta be
Honestly, one of the best things I've seen in sport.
It was great.
Yeah.
Really good. Okay, so there you go. So let's go to Youth League 1 women.
Hawthorn's redemption.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was my first one.
Runners up to
And a lot of the
champions.
girls, great job.
Well done.
Got the job
What else
done
you
at
got?
Coburg, yeah.
Crybabe and Werribee, first season didn't
Yeah.
make in grand finals.
Very, very
Yeah,
good.
yeah, or finals.
Finals,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
On the flip side, Blackburn didn't win a game. That was a bit of a low.
No,
light.
we
We would have
didn't
liked to
have
have
that.
seen them. Well, we would have liked to have seen them get up.
Yeah.
Next season.
That's right.
There was a young lady who, after the Nationals, created a few headlines.
Took the comp by storm, did Ezzy McBigger.
Loves a block or a tripped up.
Don't double with blocks.
Don't think we've seen a swatter quite like her.
No. Russell Permenter in the men,
Ever.
but not in the youth.
No.
Her future
Unreal.
looks very bright.
It does, doesn't it?
Well-
Anything else out of the Youth 1 women?
Well, no. You know the scary thing is,
Cantwell, was it Cantwell first season?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
First
right.
season's conferences.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, go on. What else you
I was going to say, Ezzy could play youth league legally for the next 7 years.
It's 7 or 8. Might it be
Yeah.
8? Might it be 8?
It's scary.
Yeah.
Youth League 1 men.
Yep.
I've got one.
There you go.
The grand final.
Yeah, it was
Honestly,
good.
yeah.
It was big, wasn't it? We were there for that.
McKinnon
It's
Keilor
great.
was an absolutely sensational game. Timo versus Glasgow, two groups of young, outstanding players.
Yeah.
And not only was the atmosphere great you expect in a grand final, but the talent and the skill in that game, and just how tight it was all the way through. One of my league highlights. Actually.
I reckon there was two things from that game that stood out for me.
Yeah.
Timo stink eye, which is clearly the biggest and baddest stink eye you'll ever come across. And that idiot that was heckling us from the bar all night long.
Yeah.
Just did not shut up and just kept giving
And that
us
horrible coat that he was wearing.
Oh, it's just ridiculous. He looked like an absolute tosser, that guy.
Yeah, who was he?
He's a good guy. Mine was obviously them winning the chip. You know, a lot of them good mates in that team, and it was good to see them get up.
I think one of the other things from Youth League One, man, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how it pans out in the future, just that rivalry that may or may not have been exasperated even more on Big V TV, Werribee and Keilor.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a great rivalry.
Exasperated. I think it was,
It's there, isn't it?
it's there.
Genuine.
Yeah.
Anything else? Youth League One, man, the other thing, massive tick. Because in the first season of D League and our own Youth League coming together, they said no, we need to rebuild. We'll go down and play Youth League One men. Last season they got kicked around a fair bit. This season, Bendigo, well done. I thought they were very good,
one.
really good. Camberwell first season up too had a really competitive stretch.
They really got better.
Yeah.
D2 women.
We're skipping the Victorian Youth
Oh,
Championship.
sorry. VYC women.
Bendigo and Ballarat.
Yeah.
I thought that not only their rivalry with each other, I think they played a couple of times and a couple of points separated at both times, but the fact that two country teams were performing so well over the years, great to see at that level. It's the future looks good.
And the fact that the first time ever in Big V history, the Australian Air Force had to be called in to patrol the skies when those two played against each other. Never happened before. Armed Forces
had to do it.
It was great.
What else you got?
For me, Ringwood in the Youth League Women. I'll tell you why. You see so many of those bigger clubs with the perceived sort of stronger girls programs, and to see that Hawks team just take it up to those sort of stronger clubs week in and week out, and really push Knox in their first final. I think full credit to Rob and the girls at Ringwood for a great season for me.
One other thing for me, Diamond Valley Youth League, VYC women. Just that big win against Dandenong in the finals. That was a massive highlight.
Biggest upset we've seen
this season.
Period.
Think so?
Yeah, I think it's right up there.
I don't think there's been a bigger one.
For me, it's right up there in my time in the league. The biggest upset.
What else? Anything else?
That's all I got.
VYC men.
Sherbrooke streaking.
Yeah,
whatever. I can't remember what it was.
No, I'll tell you what, they put on a good streak.
Yeah, it was dub figs. It was a huge run by the Suns, and they snuck into that final spot in the last day.
With a win over Dandenong.
Resounding one too.
Massive win.
Yeah,
that was good. And easily the best named coach in the whole competition.
Rob Roberts.
Like it. What else in VYC men?
For me, it was just the actual quality of the games. It didn't matter
They're
who
good,
played.
aren't they?
It didn't matter who played who. The huge crowd at Kilsyth sort of showed that.
Yeah, I got the grand final.
The skill, and it wouldn't matter even if it was two of the sort of lower teams on the ladder. The skill displayed in some of these games is just incredible.
That big upset when Bulleen beat Kilsyth.
Yeah.
No one saw that one coming. That was a big upset. And Waverley, I officially after round 5 said they got no chance of making the finals. That's how crap they were. And they turned around and they won the whole thing.
Very good. Yep.
Division 2 women.
Merle Hall.
Oh, Merle.
Came out of nowhere.
Merle got like four young ones, Merle?
I think so, something like that. But she came out of nowhere. Just, role play and the season's gone by. And she just turned it on. She averaged roughly, 19 points a game. I think the season huge year.
I like Merle. What else you got? D2 women?
Pushies.
Yes.
Windy in the
Windy in the Pushies.
And this is for...
and the Gators coming back in.
Absolutely, definitely. Just to see those couple of country teams come back. And, Kesey didn't have the best season, but I'm sure with Smethurst at the helm, they're going to be much better. But, I thought Shepparton and North East both had solid seasons, and it was great to have them in the league.
The other thing, too, for Division 2 women, just the way in which they were able to get things together, given that we had the late change with Warrnambool. So just the way that they were able to adapt to all of that as well, because it was a late change. Just Division 2 entirely, for men and women, the Northern Swing. I like the fact that we've got the Northern Swing now with that country trip up north.
Shep and Wodonga.
Really good. The other thing I had for D2 women, low light, and I've spoken about this during the season, but I just expected a lot more from them during this season. And hopefully they can rebuild in the off-season and come back bigger and better. Western Port. I think we were saying in the D2 show they basically went from about last to top of the ladder.
They had a lot of younger girls last year, and they recruited some experience to go around them. And
Fair
turnaround.
Fair turnaround.
That's pretty well, you know, the guys.
JT's just had a brilliant season, and I think Coops is a sensational coach as well.
And they get up this week. I mean, they could be putting their hand up for Division 1, so it's a
great
fantastic
program.
Division 2 men.
What do you got?
Oh, well, I had the Northern Swing, obviously. We
Andrew Cabana.
How about this fella, the Salami?
32 points a game.
And Oakley's season in general, their first season.
Yeah.
Great effort.
Bobby Man.
But it's on the back of him.
Yeah.
If it really,
We talk about Kevin Smith
yeah.
in years gone by.
Same sort of thing.
I mean, this guy, for Division 2, is one of, if not the best that we've seen in a long
Individually.
Individually.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really,
you ripped the
really
whole comp new one.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about that. One of the funnier things this year from D2 men, I think for me, was Pakenham with their media releases on players. And we didn't know when they were going to play or what was going on.
Yeah,
I think Brett Rainbow was announced, and all of a sudden did a calf or something in training, and we didn't know what was going on. Anyway, that was
Could they be a
fun.
low light?
Yeah.
Packing them as well?
Look, I think that I think
I think
that
you expected a lot.
well, they had a fair turnover of players from last season.
I think if they had the list
They only just missed the finals. They only just missed out.
I think my point is that I think we expected them to make the finals.
Probably, yeah.
Especially if they mention players like Brett Rainbow coming in, who's been obviously in the past a great player.
The other one in D2 men for me that I've really enjoyed the passion around the club, and D2 women for that matter, Casey.
Yeah, Casey were
had their
actually
big pink night down there, and just fantastic.
They've really built a really solid team with that Div 2 men's team this season. And
strong community.
They've charged up the ladder, and they're all playing for a cause, and they're all playing for the club. And I just think they've had an absolutely brilliant year.
And whilst we go through this, it's a given that teams that win championships and great work, well done. We're just trying
if
to.
If we spoke about everyone, would be here.
We're just trying to highlight a couple of the other things that happen here and there.
I've got one more real quick.
There you go.
The emergence of a player that's gone from young gun to bona fide star in D2 is Benji Tamir, who took a leap this year. 22 a game is pretty good, and he's consistent too, so I think he's worth mentioning.
And one of the best young blokes.
Yeah, he's a good kid too.
I love Benji.
Yeah.
D1 women?
For me, it was the season that the Latrobe City Energy had. I'll tell you, they lost the Pierce sisters.
Peace off.
Yeah, and their coach
Pierce game.
And to be honest, I think when they left, to be honest, I know I did, I'll say it, I thought they'd finish in the bottom couple. Quite a few of their players had outstanding CBL seasons. They got one of the best imports around in Lindsay Horbertuck.
Mate, you dropped off them so quick. You had them pegged to finish second last in Division 2. That's how far
not quite, but close. But Andrew Harlow's done a great job with that team.
Great job.
And, for me, they had an outstanding year, and also
that win on the road in Mildura they had during the season. They had 6 or 7 players.
That's it. And look, also just the consistency of Geelong each week has been a real highlight for me. It's hard when you're up the top to just continue getting the job done, and they did that.
You got anything?
That was my two. Oh, sorry, Vanessa Power was my other one.
Yeah, very good.
48
it was really 52 points.
Yeah, that outburst was a massive. She had a big year.
Yeah, absolutely. A couple of things for me in D1 women. Female imports. Now, Steph Thomas obviously took the competition by the throat last season for Warrandyte. This season, Lindsay Horbertuck down at Latrobe City. I can't remember in recent history a player that's averaged double for the whole season. So 20 and 20. So she was great. And Serena Simmons, she's one of the best I've seen in this competition. So we're starting to see this pattern in Division 1 women, that to be right up the top and in contention for finals and win titles, all of a sudden an import is a real commodity.
I missed one, and it's a bit more of a recent one. The big announcement of someone else at this desk returning to coaching in the Div 1 women's competition.
Well done, Ben. Good to see you back out there. Finally.
That's exciting to see you back.
Yeah, I'm looking
Now
forward
I'm going to put up with you as a coach as well.
Looking forward to people accusing me every single week on Big V TV of talking about Camberwell all the time. Maybe I'll start talking about Warrandyte every week now.
You could.
I could. I could get away with it. No, looking forward to that. That'd be fun.
Ben?
Oh, I was just going to say the other thing that continues to stand out in D1 women for me is the top half is just getting better and better all
It is.
the time. Like the gap between the top half of D1 women and state champ women, hopefully we start to see state champ women get out to 12 teams.
Yeah,
Because
that'd be good.
They want it to go in the same direction as the men.
Absolutely. Sorry, Beth, what do you want? D1 men? What have you got for us?
I haven't got anything.
Oh, I thought you said D1.
I do.
Oh, you guys said D1 men.
Warrnambool.
Yeah, but that's fine.
Yes.
The re-emergence of a league power.
Unreal. Tim Gatt.
Hang on a second. I backed him from day one.
No, you didn't.
No,
No, you did.
I was with Warner.
How could you? On what grounds though?
I just thought Bobby
Bobby
C,
Yeah.
coaching, Tim Gainey freed up to just play, the emergence of some of the kids coming through. I just
And
thought,
like-
you know what? And not only that, in those country teams, you go up to see Windy in Wodonga and the good old folk in Shep and Latrobe.
Yeah.
But, mate, it's hard to win. Mildura, it's hard. If you can win,
Yeah.
you know,
Half your away games, you're
Yep.
a chance.
you're a big chance.
I think for me, like I know Saquon Stone went down injured, and then Tim Gainey as well. But some of those guys on that Warrnambool team are so young.
And that first finals win.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
it's big,
against
wasn't it?
Chelsea.
It's
Who
big.
tipped that? Not
It's
me.
big,
Not
huge.
me.
I'd say the other thing, D1 men, while we're speaking of country, the final 4 teams that got through,
Yeah.
all country teams.
Amazing.
Yeah.
All country teams. Country basketball,
Church City,
alive
Southern
and well.
Penn, Warrnambool, Geelong.
Yep, alive and well. 7 of the 8, I think, were
Yeah.
country.
And like you have a look at other teams that didn't get through that first round, like your Meltons that had a great season back up in Div 1. Chelsea had a great team. For me, all season there was probably 6 or 7 teams that could have won the title. So
Did you just mention Melton?
yeah,
Melton,
Melton
very
had a
good.
great season with
Oh, and I know you
Early.
loved them.
Yeah.
You were hashing that breed stuff like there was no tomorrow, mate.
Yeah.
You loved
You gotta
it.
get on board.
Yeah, for me, all season there were 6 or 7 title contenders all year, and that's always entertaining to watch.
I think the other thing, D1 men, Brent Charles winning golden hands.
Oh yeah.
I was
That was
going to
good.
throw that in.
It was also
there.
good.
It's great.
Oh, hey, just while we're
Just didn't mention it being
just while we are talking about the Charles family, sticking out down by the Yarra, Nathan Marsh, 3 years off, came back and won the rebounds.
Yeah, it's not
3
bad.
years out of the game.
And that was a signing when you told me about it. I'll be honest, I'd say to Marshy, I was pretty sceptical about it, but he had an amazing
Very,
It's
very
season.
cracking, yeah.
Very,
Yeah.
very good. Imports, Kelvin Henry, Ashton Pitts,
Reggie Fuller.
Reggie Fuller,
Saquon
very,
Stone,
very good.
Corey Standifer,
Anthony Kimball had a really good season.
Ashton
Just run them
Pitts,
off.
Good. Maxie Allen,
yeah, Pitsy.
Pitsy. It's a good
Jonathan
one.
Murphy had a
Yeah,
Jonathan
Jonathan
Murphy.
had a good season, didn't he?
State champ women.
Yeah.
Warrnambool.
What do you got for us? Warrnambool.
Warrnambool.
What about them?
First season of state champ.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well done to them.
Good to see
I'm
them up there.
going to add to that. Warrnambool, the first team to win D1 women and go up
Yeah, good on him.
since
Yeah.
Diamond Valley in 2008. So I've been a big advocate for this. If you win D1, go and challenge yourself by
Give it a
playing the
bell.
next level. So they were the first team since DV in 2008, and likewise, we'll get to state champ men in a minute. Whittlesea did the same thing, as well as a couple of others. But anyway.
Mine, Tegan Cunningham.
Oh yeah.
To love watching her play in the WNBL and have a player of that calibre in
Yeah.
the league, and
Good
to know
player.
that she's coming back next year. You know, just she
Yeah.
can play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at
Yeah.
the state champ level,
Versatile.
and
Yeah.
she's amazing to watch.
If
Just gives it a bit of class as well.
it goes hard.
Oh, it does
If-
stuff around.
If the ring, hey, and best ink in the business.
Oh, comfortably.
Best ink in the business. I'm just going to write that down. Hey, if Ringwood win this week,
Which I should.
which they should, if they win on Saturday night against Hume City, 20 wins in a row to win the title.
Wow, awesome.
It's pretty good.
Huge effort.
It's pretty good. It's a massive moment for the club.
Yeah.
Mine is actually the team they're playing, Hume City. Huge turnover in the off season.
Yes, good call.
Pretty well wiped half their squad and you know picked up a couple of big ones. Lindsay Horbaton. It's like I do that every time,
Colin
every
Planeta.
single time. Colin Planeta.
Well, just on that,
Yeah.
easily the most under the radar import get in the entire Big
I
League.
agree.
When we get all the news about imports, we talk, they got this player, we talk
Who
about.
just looking at Colin Planeta?
We had no idea who she was. They
Yeah, I
did
know.
not even put out a media release, did
No,
they?
I know.
Did they?
Yeah.
We just did not even. We
She's
brushed
been
over it.
outstanding.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
One of the best we've seen in
Had a
the
great year.
league.
Had a great year. Fantastic effort to be where they are again.
Yeah.
Anything else in state champ women?
No,
I
that's
think the low light, even though they scraped into finals, just that dramatic slide in the last third of the season of Waverley. We just thought, what's
Yeah.
going on here? But mind you, they got that all important
They
thing in
made
there,
it.
they
They
did.
made it.
And they made it, and that's what counts. State champion.
For me, it was the addition of McKinnon,
Tick,
Whittlesea, and
tick,
Hawthorn.
tick.
All
pass marks.
Yeah, all got pass marks. Absolutely, McKinnon more than just a pass mark.
Yeah.
I think for a new team to make the finals in their first year, and they pushed Waverley as well in their final to Brooksy and the guys at McKinnon. I think the whole club have got behind their men's team going to state championship. They've had a great year. Whittlesea, low light for me was Jermaine Williams going down because he was late getting in with a few immigration issues. Then they just I think they'd won 4 and 5 in a row. They were terrible.
Unluckiest club.
You kind of think what might it be, because I think they may have also pushed up into that top 6. But it's just great to see some different teams in there, and those teams taking it to the established state champ teams.
Grant Johnson.
What a pickup.
We're sort of talking about one of the best imports we've seen in champ for the last few years. Eric Williams is obviously one back to back. He's on par.
Yeah.
Grant Johnson's a gun.
He clearly made Stretch Reed look like a good bloke.
Yeah.
That's hard. I think Stretch and Carl
great job.
Sherbrooke, they're one of the stories
Came from
themselves.
nowhere.
Sherbrooke all together.
Yeah,
It's like
absolutely.
no budget like the others. No budget whatsoever.
They finished Final 4 in a really good, strong state championship.
Stretch actually confirmed to us that they pay the players up there in firewood
There's plenty of that up
and
there.
gum leaves.
Yep.
That's a great effort. It's a fantastic effort. Some of the other highlights for me, Jay Allen, who we believe has retired.
Yeah.
His stats from D1 men to state champ went up.
Which is incredible.
Just give me the... I thought you gave me the bird then.
No,
it was a great season by
out,
Jay Allen. But Ben Waldron out at Hawthorn.
Wow.
The jump from VYC into state champ. Bonafide
Seamless.
star. Bonafide star. I thought that was a really, really big one as well.
Low light?
The Leicester Strong saga, I thought was a massive
Yeah.
everyone, and he was actually announced that hey, he's playing this week, and then bang.
Hey, we had him in a highlight.
Him did the goddamn promo video. Took ages.
So that was a real low light for me. I think just for everyone concerned that for whatever reason it just
I think
didn't
my
come
low
together.
light was Hume City. Not that, they finished mid-table, but
Great start.
it just
but
feels like every season we're saying
Every
mid-table
season.
team. I really want to see them push up the
We played
ladder.
him round 1. They smoked us by like 25
Yeah.
points. I'm like, here we go.
Yeah.
I've just seen them and what
Welcome
they can
to
do.
state champ.
Yeah, here we go. Slap in the face, and then they just peed it away as usual.
I reckon the other low light for me, and it is a massive low light for this club at the moment, at state champ men and state champ women.
Yeah.
42 games played by the Melbourne Tigers, 5 wins.
Melbourne.
Am I right by saying that? 5 wins, I think it was. 3 and 2.
Championship teams.
3 and 2. 3 women, 2 men. And I think it's 5 and 42. Like that's as low as Melbourne we've seen Melbourne for a long time.
It's a tough break.
Especially for the men, it's tough
Yeah.
because they lose. I mean, they got some quality kids.
And the thing is, with the
they go overseas, obviously.
with the NBL team now going under the United moniker, there, the Melbourne Tigers top teams now are in Big V state champ, and I really hope that the club, and they are one of the clubs that have the most proud and traditional names in Australian basketball.
Yeah.
I hope the club rally behind their state championship program.
Get on board.
And let's hope
Well,
they improve because they need to.
Let's put it this way: Melbourne Tigers women. I'd love to see them stay in championship because I reckon we've got to add another couple of teams if we can. Hopefully, who's playing at the moment? Latrobe City, Mildura, and Geelong.
Yes.
But we've got to see a couple more go up to try and get that 12 teams in state champ women. And hopefully, now that they've seen the Warrandytes and the Diamond Valleys do it, hopefully more will do it in the future. But I think with the men, there's 14 teams there, and maybe a Latrobe City or a Southern Peninsula, maybe they're going to be more competitive than Melbourne at the moment. I don't know. I'm just putting that out there.
I think it'll a lot depend on obviously their roster if they get similarly.
See what happens.
You never know. You never ever know.
Gives us a lot to think about over the next few months, doesn't it?
Absolutely. One other thing that I wanted to give a plug to on this show, because we're wrapping it all up, everything, highlights and lowlights. Big V Live this season.
That's been good, isn't it?
8 overtime games we've commentated. 14 games by 5 points or less. 42,000 downloads.
Wow.
42,000.
It's a lot of ears.
It's massive. So at Big V
But
Live,
is that 21,000 years or?
no, 40. It's actually 84,000
years. Yeah.
Well, it depends. Some people might only have one. We don't
Sorry.
want to get into that.
Well, can we factor in a couple?
Yeah, maybe just take a couple off. You never know.
I probably wouldn't have listened to it.
That's right. Huge thumbs up to. I know. Obviously, we get involved in Big V Live, but Will Taylor, Arnie's been with us.
Yeah.
Mocky did a game during the season.
Yeah.
To all the coaches,
Matt Hickey.
and Matt Hickey during the finals.
Yeah.
To all the coaches, players that allow us to come and interview them and all that sort of stuff.
Microphone in the huddle, some of the
Microphone.
pre-game addresses.
To those
Unreal.
clubs that get involved in that, and the players that I think have really warmed to the interviews, they have a lot of fun with it. thumbs up, well done. It's a new product in the Big V. The fact that we've had 42,000 downloads suggests that someone out there is listening to it. So Big V Live, a massive tip this season.
Beautiful, well
I
done.
think we always give the coaches and the players and that a lot of love to the administrators at the clubs, the score bench, the stats people, the referee coaches, all of the volunteers. So many of the big
It's a lot of
clubs
work.
have so many volunteers because they don't have the budget, for paid staff to be doing everything. So to everyone at every club that makes the league tick and makes their clubs tick, from us, thank you.
And while we're
Great
giving
job.
it a bit of love,
Yeah.
some of the hardest jobs out there, referees, stats
managers.
people, score table, all those people, it just
Yeah.
wouldn't operate.
No,
without that.
absolutely.
So well done to those
Yes,
people.
and thank you for making help make the league what it is.
Absolutely. Anything, Beth, do you want to send any love to anyone? I know your family's up there in Sunbury and all that sort of, anyone you want to send some love to? Mum and Dad, tell them you got a new tat or anything like that?
Well, that's
then-
awkward.
then no, no
The one you got the other day, they did.
Are we allowed to say that on here or anything?
No more, just the one.
You want to send any love out there?
Yeah.
No?
No, I'll see them in
She's the
Right.
ice queen.
I'll see you at home.
There you go.
I'll see you in 10 minutes.
Don't forget the dinner, awards dinner.
Oh, absolutely. September 20, Etihad Stadium. It's going to be the biggest night of the year, biggest one we've had, new venue. To book your tickets, go to stickytickets.com.au/bigv.
To everyone out there, well done to you guys this season. To everyone out there, I know that you grin and bear some of the fun we have. We're not always totally honest with what we say. We might make a few things up along the way.
Done that.
That's not true.
But thanks for bearing
That's
with us.
also a lie.
It's also a lot. Thanks for bearing with us. Viewer numbers up again this year. We love you for it. I think all up over the last 5 years, we're up over 500 shows now. So it's getting pretty...
Rivaling the Simpsons.
Are we? Thank you, Kerry. Right. To all of you out there, I hope you've had a great season. It's been fun bringing it to you. Silly season will be back. A couple of episodes before Christmas, and then, of course, believe it or not, 2015 will be on our doorstep.
Before you know it.
Well done to all of our champion winning teams thus far, and of course we'll crown another 6 this week as well. Thanks for a great season. We'll see you next time out on Big V TV.